Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. Today we are going to be discussing the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Cup in AEW and more specifically the men's one. So this week on Dynamite we had another two wrestlers enter themselves into the Owen Hart Cup with the American Dragon Bryan Danielson already announcing himself last week. So this year will be the third annual Owen Hart tournament. 8 men are going to face off in the respective tournaments, and the winner will go on to face the AEW World Champion, which will either be Swerve Strickland or Will Ospreay at Wembley at All in August. So this year it'll be the first time that they're actually going to give the winners something other than either a championship title or a cup. They're going to also get a shot at the World Championships. That means that it's a hell of a lot bigger than it has been before. And to be honest with you, it's a lot better and it's more exciting for fans rather than just a tournament for a cup. I know it's obviously in memory of Owen Hart, which I think is a great idea. But the first year, it felt big. Second year, not so much, and now they've added this stipulation in to main event at Wembley is a hell of an opportunity for someone after they've won the tournament. So like I say, so far the wrestlers have just been announcing themselves via backstage promos. They haven't had to have qualifying matches or anything like that. They've just done a backstage promo to enter themselves into the Owen Hart tournament. Like I say, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson was number one in it. He said he hasn't been a world champion yet in AEW. You know, he hasn't won any big belts, any championships at all, in fact, in AEW. And obviously we all know that he is going into semi-retirement at the end of the year. So before that, he wants to win the big one in AEW. He wants to become world champion. So the idea, obviously, is for him to win the Owen Hart tournament, then go on to face the champion, whether that be Swerve or Ospreay, at Wembley. Main event, the biggest pay-per-view of the year for AEW in terms of attendance, and then get his shot, and you know, obviously if he wins, he'll win his first championship in AEW, and it'll be the big one. So the second one was announced last night, again, like I say, via video package on Dynamite, and it's Shingo Takagi from New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know, he's been a multiple time champion in New Japan, including World Heavyweight Champion. He's been IWGP Heavyweight Champion one time. He's held the Openweight Championship as well, and some tag team gold too. So Shingo he's brilliant. If you've never seen him wrestle, you know, if you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, you only watch AEW, I recommend you go and watch some of his matches. He's a fantastic wrestler, especially his match in the Best of Super Juniors final against Will Ospreay. Absolutely phenomenal match. So go and check that out if you haven't seen it. I recommend you check him out before the tournament. He's brilliant. He's one of the best probably still left in New Japan. Obviously they had a lot of people exit over the last 2 years going to AEW, and a couple of mid-carders going to WWE as well. But Shingo is fantastic, and hopefully he'll be world champion in New Japan again very, very soon. And then we have Pac the Bastard. You know, Pac has been trios champion. He's been international champion in AEW. You know, he's had some phenomenal matches, you know, against Kenny Omega for a start, and then, like I say, when he was champion of the international, I think it was All Atlantic, wasn't it, back when Pac had it. And again, another brutal, fantastic wrestler. So there's 3 really good names, 3 that I really enjoy watch wrestling, and they are very hard hitting wrestlers as well. So it's looking like a good tournament already. Like I say, this is the third Owen Hart tournament that we're having. The previous winners was Adam Cole won the very first one, and to be honest with you, I had to go and Google who won last year's. I remember Willow winning the women's. I didn't remember who won the men's Owen Hart tournament of last year, and it was Ricky Starks. So it shows you unfortunately, that what they did with that, which was not a lot. With Shingo entering from New Japan Pro Wrestling, hopefully that opens up the door for more New Japan guys to come and get involved. Obviously, it's Forbidden Door season, so we're getting a lot of crossover between New Japan and AEW as we look towards the Forbidden Door pay-per-view at the end of this month, June 30th. And, you know, Shingo has announced himself into this tournament. Hopefully we might get one or two more who enter. So usually is 8 spaces in the tournament. So that makes only 3 have been taken so far. In Danielson, Shingo and Pac. So that leaves 5 more spaces available, which we'd expect over the next couple of weeks for people to announce themselves, take it via video package. That's the way they seem to be going with this. That's the way these 3 have entered themselves into the tournament, to do like a backstage video package, and then they are entered into the tournament. So, with 5 spaces left available, who would you like to see go into the Owen Hart tournament? Let me know in the comment section below. Give me your 5 picks from AEW to enter into the Owen Hart tournament. You can tell me why you think that they should go in it, or just leave me 5 names. I'd like to see your thoughts, and I'll get back to you on my thoughts on your thoughts, if you like. So my 5 picks are going to be as follows. Malachi Black. So I expect Malachi Black to at some point to be entered into the TNT Championship ladder match that's happening at Forbidden Door for the vacant championship. Obviously, Adam Copeland was injured against Malachi Black in the steel cage match and had to vacate the title. So they're now doing the ladder match, which is going to be a multi-man ladder match to determine who will be TNT champion. So I do expect Malachi Black to go in that, and it would make sense considering he was the guy that faced Adam Copeland the last. But I'm probably going to say, especially the way they teased it with the Young Bucks just handing Jack Perry the TNT Championship, I expect with Jack Perry obviously going into the tournament now after his victory over Dustin Rhodes last night, I'd expect Jack Perry to go on and win the ladder match. So we're going to need some direction from Malachi Black coming out of that. So we could always stick him in this. You know, again, he's another hard-hitting wrestler. He's phenomenal talent. Has yet to hold singles gold in AEW. So it'd give some good direction for Malachi if he was to be entered. Jeff Cobb, I love Jeff Cobb. He's one of my favourites in New Japan. I watch him literally every match he does. I think he's phenomenal. He's been in AEW a couple of times over the years. I think 2 or 3 matches he's had. He's the current New Japan Pro Wrestling television champion. You know, he's issued an open challenge for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view for someone from AEW to challenge him for the television championship. So it could well be that he retains the title at Forbidden Door and then enters himself into the Owen Hart tournament. That's what I would do anyway, because I just want to see more Jeff Cobb. Roosh. Now, for me, Roosh has come back. He looks good. He's had a squash match or 2. He's going straight into this feud with MJF. They're set to face each other next week on Dynamite. It's going to open the night. Everyone's going to be banned from ringside and they're going to go at it, MJF and Roosh. But I wouldn't expect that to go any further than that one match, to be honest. You know, MJF needed a bad guy to face. He's coming out announcing that he re-signed with AEW, and he needs to start building his way back up to the world title. I wouldn't put MJF in this tournament because I feel like if you put MJF in the tournament, he needs to win it, otherwise the crowd are just going to turn on you and whoever then wins it. So MJF I'd expect to go over Roosh. So therefore, we're going to need some direction for Roosh coming out of that match. And the first thing I'd do is I'd enter him into the Owen Hart tournament. Again, he's a main eventer. He's a former 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion. And he's got a bit of momentum right now. So why not use that and stick him in the tournament? Konosuke Takeshita. Now, Takeshita is in the TNT Championship ladder match. Like I say, my thoughts are Jack Perry's going to win that. So again, coming out of that, you're going to need somewhere for Takeshita to go. He had a fantastic 2023. He's beaten the likes of Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega. Unfortunately this year he's had a couple of losses in like Will Ospreay. But having said that, again, is someone that hasn't held singles gold in AEW, and again, it fits that bill of what they've already put in there as a hard hitting smash mouth wrestler. And Takeshita's phenomenal. I love Takeshita. I think he's brilliant. I think AEW done really well sticking him with Don Callis. If you want him to be a big heel, what you do? You stick him with Don Callis, because Don Callis is going to get you booed, whether or not they like you, and they'll cheer for you during the matches. Especially when that entrance hits and Don Callis walks out with you, you're going to get booed. So Takeshita would take a spot for me. So my fifth and final spot, it'll be no surprise if you know anything about me, then I'm going to say Switchblade Jay White. So after the return of Juice Robinson last week, they're now looking like they're going to start using the Freebird rules in regards to the Unified Undisputed Trios Championships, because they've got the Ring of Honor and the AEW ones. And so it looks like they're going to use the Freebird rules, so Juice would actually be able to technically be a champion, sort of like what the New Day did with the normal tag belts in WWE, and I think the Wyatt family did it as well. It's happened a couple of times in wrestling over the years, so I think that's the way they're going to go. If that is the case, then that frees up Jay White to do something a bit more. He could actually start getting pushed into the main event scene or any singles belt scene. Jay White is a phenomenal talent. He's two-time world champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He held the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, the Never Openweight Championship. He's held all this gold, all the singles gold, proving that he was one of the biggest stars in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Then he's come into AEW and he sort of got a little bit lost in the shuffle, because they're signing after signing with Okada and Will Ospreay, coming straight in after him, and he's got sort of lost in the shuffle in regards to singles action. Good way to get him out of that. We had a phenomenal Continental Classic tournament, got all the way to the end. So give him another tournament, show again what he can do, and start pushing him into the main event scene, where realistically he should be in any company that he's in. So Jay White definitely should take a spot for me. Now, as of this video right now, there's no start date for the tournaments. Like say, we only have 3 guys confirmed out of a possible 8. So there's no start date at the moment, but we do have a climax. We have the end date of my birthday. Happy birthday to me, especially if Jay White's in it. July 10th. So July 10th will be the end of the tournament, and then we will find out who will go on to face the AEW World Champion at All In Wembley Stadium in August. So there you have it. They are the 3 that are confirmed. They are my 5 picks that I would put into the tournaments. Like I say, feel free, let me know in the comment section below. Give me 5 more guys to go into the men's Owen Hart tournament, with a shot at the AEW Championship. So the 5 I've picked are all similar style, quite brutal. Just off what we've got already, the chance to see Danielson versus Shingo excites me so much. I really want to see that match. Again, Pac versus Danielson is a match I'd like to see. Pac versus Shingo, just the 3 of them there have already got 3 matches I really, really want to see. And if you add the 5 guys I've suggested, then every match will just be a banger. So they are my 5 picks. They might not necessarily be yours, so let me know in the comments below who it is that you would pick to go into the Owen Hart tournament. And that is it. That is all we have time for today. So don't forget to like, comment, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I'm still getting notifications saying that over 90% of people that watch my content have still not yet subscribed. And I'm trying my best to try and grow the wrestling group as a franchise. We're also on group on Facebook. I'm going to start looking at other ways to branch out later in this year. But for now, we are YouTube and Facebook. So please subscribe. The more subscribers, the better the channel will get, and the more we will grow. So like, comment and subscribe, and be sure to stay tuned for more wrestling related content coming your way very, very soon.